Hi, hey guys, if you are listening to this, that means that you are a 10th grader going to join my INS or government class in the 2021 school year. So, welcome to my class. I'm looking forward to having a great year, getting to know all of you guys. Some of you guys may have known me from last year if you were at campus for your ninth grade year. Some of you may just be now meeting me um, because you're just now transferring to campus. But nonetheless, hello, and I'm looking forward to a great school year. So, I would like to discuss our summer assignment. For our assignment, if you are looking for it, I'm pretty sure a lot of you are already familiar with our the IB Core program and our rubrics and the Google Classroom. All of my assignments this school year will be found on the Google Classroom, including that summer assignment. So let's get started. If you wanted to join my classroom, and you should have received a code already to do so, you will go to your Google account. You should have a Campus International School account and join my Google Classroom. This will always be my icon. This is my daughter. You'll hear me talk about her a lot in class. Um, so to join my class, and so yes, this is how you how you will know it's me. To join my class, you will go to this little square checkered box and go to Google Classroom. You would then press the plus button and join the class and enter the code. The code for my class for government will be so sorry. The code will be SCIZ3JW. And some of you are probably trying to join now, so I'll just let that sit there and simmer for a second. Okay, moving on. So, my summer assignment can be found under classwork. All of our assignments for the school year will be here if you ever need to print them off. I also have a rubric here for you to refer to. Let's get going. U.S. government. So, U.S. government summer assignment, Miss Williams. This is my email, and again, that is my Google Classroom code. So, welcome students to U.S. government. This course provides an in-depth study of both government and politics, especially in the U.S. Students will analyze various institutions, groups, beliefs, and ideas that embody U.S. government and politics. In order to prepare for this course, students will be required to complete preliminary coursework detailed below. So for our summer assignment, we will be creating, or you will be creating, a current events scrapbook. Over the course of the summer, you will collect 10 current events, roughly one per week, dealing with American politics. This can pertain to local, state, or national politics. And there are a lot of things going on right now, whether it be um, the protest in Minneapolis or across our country, or coronavirus and public policy. There's a lot of things you can talk about, or even elections coming up in November. The specifics of the current event scrapbook are on the second page, and I will move on to that. This will be due on the first day of school. Failure to submit this assignment on time will result in a zero for this grade. No exceptions will be made. So, creating a government scrapbook. Uh, Throughout the course of the summer, you will find and analyze a total of 10. I cannot repeat that. Not 9, not 5, not 11, but 10 current event articles based on the 6 units that I will be teaching throughout the school year. The scrapbook can take the form of a notebook, an actual scrapbook, or some other creative way to represent the events or articles that you've read. This may be photos, videos. You might make a collage. In addition, you must include the article, the news, whether it's from a newspaper or online website. That will be the link in the scrapbook. You must use at least 5 different news sources. So you need 10 current events with 5 different news sources. And when I say news sources, it could be your local news, it could be MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, The Hill, Politico, New York Times, any news source. But these are not blogs. This is not Instagram. This is not the Shade Room. These need to be actual factual websites or news references. You should not include more than 3 current events articles for each unit. So, moving on. So, there are 6 units, and you need a total of 10 current events. No more. You can do. You might decide to do maybe only 4 of these and do 2. I'm sorry, 5 of them, and do maybe 2. I'm sorry. Let me clear that up. Do 5 units with 2 articles for each. So you might not even do all 6 units, which is fine, but you might decide to do 5 that interest you, whether civil liberties and civil rights, political beliefs and behaviors. You do 2 from here, 2 from here, 2 from here, 2 from here, and 2 from public policy maybe, and that'll get you at your 10 articles. Okay. So these are our units. Constitutional underpinnings of government. This includes the Constitution and its interpretation. Institutions of government, which would be the president, the branches of government, Supreme Court, the president, the president, Supreme Court, and Congress. You could do civil liberties and civil rights. That might be something like what's currently going on in Minneapolis or court cases. Political beliefs and behaviors, whether it be about a politician or public opinion. Linkage institutions, political parties, interest groups, mass media, and their elections, and in public policy. For each article, you will need to complete a total of 2 paragraphs. So that would be you have 10 articles that you need. I'm sorry, you have to, yes, you have 10 articles that you must write. That'll be 20 paragraphs for the summer. And each article or each current event should consist of 2 paragraphs. So, say you decided to do, I'll give you an example. Say you decided to do civil liberties and civil rights, and there's a court case that you're really interested in. You would maybe go to Google. Okay, let's type in Google. I'm sorry, civil rights cases or current civil rights issues. And maybe I decide to write on this article right here, New York Times, which is an actual news source. This is just an example. I'm not really sure what's going to come up here. You might write on the transgender student athletes in Title X case. And what you would do, you would break that down. So you would read that article and break it down into 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph should include the following. Write the appropriate heading for the article. This should include the title, author, source, and date of the article. Include the printed article in a scrapbook or link if you decide to do something digitally, or a link if you decide to do something like a collage or photos. And in that 1 paragraph summary, you should have a well thought out and well reasoned response to the following questions. What is at the heart of the conflict? What is at the heart of the conflict? Be specific. And how does this relate? Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped a little bit. So in your first paragraph, write the appropriate heading for the article. This should include the title, author, source, and include the printed article in your scrapbook. Okay. Write a 1 paragraph summary of the article. That is your first paragraph. In the second paragraph, you will be answering the following 2 questions. What is at the heart of this conflict? Be specific. And how does this relate to the specific unit? Remember, no more than 3 articles per unit. So this is due the first day. The assignment will be graded on the following criteria, and you can find my rubrics on the Google Classroom. So if you've been at campus or an IB program prior to this, you should be familiar with the rubric. This will be graded on criteria A, B, and D. And if you want to see what that looks like, I will go to my rubric. Okay. And in all my assignments, I will always tell you, in all of my assignments, I will always tell you the criteria and the strand of the criteria which is being graded. So criteria A, strand 2, you can see here. And it is telling you what you need to do to get the best grade. So, criteria A, strand 2. If you would like to receive a low grade, like a 1 or a 2, which may be the equivalent to what you might say a D or F, it just says you demonstrated basic knowledge and understanding of the content. Really meaning that you didn't understand what was going on, maybe in your summary. Um, you didn't really provide any descriptions. If you're looking to receive an A or a B, this would be maybe around your B, 5 or 6, or A, 7 or 8. You just demonstrated excellent knowledge and understanding of content, and concepts are thorough, meaning that you gave me a really good summary of what's going on. This is also graded on criteria B. So your ability to research, and criteria B in strand 3. So you use the research method to collect and record appropriate, relevant information. What this is saying is you will get if you use something like the Shade Room or a blog, that is not something, that is not a source that I say is I'm sorry, I do get lost for words sometimes. That is not a source that is always factual. So I would always push you to use a newspaper. Those sources like blogs will put you in that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 category. If you want to receive the best grade, make sure that you are using a reliable source like a newspaper. Okay. And then criteria D, lastly, strand 2. You can see that right here. And it says students effectively analyze and evaluate a range of sources and data in terms of origin and purpose, and consistently recognize the value and limitations. So this really falls under that second paragraph in this assignment, which is, go back to the assignment. What is at the heart of this conflict, and be specific? And how does this relate to the specific unit? Remember, no more than 3 articles per unit. So that is my summer assignment. Again, I can be reached on Google Classroom if you decide to join this summer. I can also be which I would advise you to do, and I can also be reached by my email. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If you are confused, reach out to me. I'm looking forward to a great school year, and I will see you all soon.